Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Let me move that kitty cam somewhere else that's not pointing down there because the kitty moved. Alright, well, greetings everybody. Welcome. We'll be doing another DistroWars. And since I had a look at ArcoLinux as an Arch installer, and I run ArchLabs over here, I figured we look at which is the better of the Arch installers. So yeah, there's going to be more coming down the pipeline as well. We're just going to look at these two. ArcoLinux is probably one of the more popular ones. ArchLinux has some things going for it as well. So give me a good old BTW if you use Arch down there in the comments or whatever else. I am monitoring over on Discord on the live chat channel where they are fighting over Ubuntu or not. I don't know. I wonder if I should put down some bets. Who's going to give us some valid reasons as whether Ubuntu is as good or as bad as Windows? Who knows? What do you guys think? But anyway, let's see what we got over here on Discord. We got... he comes in. Windows is the worst. Ubuntu's is almost as bad, says Linux Daily. Yeah, we do need to be nice. Don't worry about it. If somebody wants to use Ubuntu, that's just cool. Hey, it's better to use Ubuntu than something else like Windows or Mac or something crazy. But yeah, if you have to use that, that's all right as well. A little bit of minor data collection, the Amazon thing, those were legitimate issues, which to my understanding, I believe the Amazon thing is like, isn't it completely gone now or just pretty close to completely gone? I would not say Ubuntu is malware, no. I don't like what they're doing with data collection, but it's also not that bad either. I just think it's a slippery slope. What do you guys think? All right, we got Scott DK68. Greetings, hello. Reptoid tastes like chicken. Reptoids taste like chicken? Reptoids. Are those are like the Altoids that us reptilian aliens eat. How'd you get reptoids? You're not a reptilian alien. All right. Hey, CJ, we need a memory eraser. All right. CJ's coming to erase your memory. You should know what reptoids are. Ashton Snap, the Banana Man. Greetings. Today is a really A show. There you go. All right. Let's see there. We've got several BTWs. So we're using Arch, by the way. I like the Arch with a little bit of cinnamon. That's what I'm running. Arch with cinnamon. Why not? Hello, Keegan. Greetings. He's having some issues with Ubuntu moving to Kubuntu, working a little bit better for the gaming. Dorko's hits with a BTW, so does Gimpy Sticks. Jonathan just showed up. The kitty says, meow, meow. How am I doing? I'm doing not too bad, and not too bad indeed. Some illness is attempting to conquer me right now. Illnesses take a look at my immune system and say, no, bro, we're going to pass. So we'll see. We'll see the next couple days. Let's see if this one manages to get in. I haven't actually been sick in 5 years, I think. So we'll see if this one manages to get in. It's trying on the very verge. So, we'll see what happens. So anyway, all right. Let's see. We have another BTW from Earth. And we got Loafer Wolf says, hello, Necromancer's BTW. All right, Arch from scratch is the best distro. There you go. All right, Windows 10 rocks. All right. Who are you? Block you. No, kidding. That's all right. If you got to use Windows, that's fine. Clock of Frickin's got a BTW as well. Pizza Loving there. How's it going there? Pizza. BTW, I use Border OS. So does Border OS, is Border OS running Grub or System D? Oh. Hunts for Food 67, greetings. Use ArcoLinux just fine. Is it possible to join the Discord? Can somebody drop in a Discord invite link since I'm running it on a different computer right now? I can't do it really quickly. Thank you, Pizza. It's already in there. Look at that. All right, let's see. Don't see a reason to use over Debian. Well, I mean, you'd use Ubuntu over Debian if you need less fighting with your system. That's a valid reason. But whatever you want to use, indeed. Border OS uses Grub and System D. Oh, but what's better, Grub or System D? Oh boy. All right. Well. So we're kind of doing two of these guys, and it's going to be a little bit different distro wars than usual because we're not going to be showing the distros as much as the install methods. So be interesting. It'll be interesting indeed to see what we turn into with this guy. Should we wait a few more minutes? I wish I grabbed the water or something. I didn't bring any water up. Oh well. Oh well. Can't wait to try Border OS. Yeah, let me know when Border OS is ready to give it a try, and I'll do that. Grub is better than System D. All right. How's it going there, Farron? Greetings. Let's go ahead and hello, Crocofrican. He showed up there on Discord. How's it going there? All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we? Let me make sure I have everything set up here. I need to leave that and go back to the main ArchLabs homepage, and we will be all set to go. It's the fastest booting Linux distribution. I don't know. I think that more depends upon your hardware. Like my system here boots up in I'd say about 30 seconds with spinning Rust. My Arch, by the way, actually takes about 5 minutes to boot this thing up. Kind of problematic. I've actually been thinking about dropping it for that reason alone. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I need the web browser view. All right. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, we are here at another Distro Wars, and this is going to be a little bit different of a distro war because usually we are comparing two distributions. Today, we are going to look at two Arch installers, and so we're not going to look at the distributions as much. Our final goal is to land on a functional Arch desktop. That's our goal. And we want to compare ArchLabs, which used to be more of a just an Arch system with OpenBox, I believe, but they've kind of converted last year into an Arch installer. And I'm actually running that on my One Media PC here, and I've been running it consistently for a little over a year now, about a year and 2 months. I want to say it got put on that system in January of 19, so that's how long I've been running that particular Arch system. And so I wanted to get a chance to look at that, but then let's compare this to ArcoLinux, which has also been a big system coming up for installing Arch as well. So they have slightly different targets. So starting with this, with ArchLabs, the purpose in ArchLabs is to get a good Arch distro up and running without a whole ton of effort. And for the most part, it works pretty well. At least here on a virtual machine, I've had an issue with the non-LTS kernel. So I'm going to go through the paths that I know are going to work well. We're going to install with minimal software, but we want to see what our options are and how easy is it to install the system. So ArchLabs pretty much is focused on, hey, let's get a good functional Arch with a single download, easy Arch, and then allow you to be up and running on your Arch system. Their website is very simple, very straightforward. We have a get page where you can grab the ISO. It tells you how to do the integrity check, and then basically you should be pretty much set to go. There's release notes. There's a forum, documents. Let's go with documentation there. So you can see the application list, some frequently asked questions, basic things like this. And of course, there's contact, FAQ, Patreon, and about. So very simple, easy to download, very simple, straightforward to the point. And again, their purpose is to get an Arch system running. ArcoLinux takes a different approach. Their website is a giant chaotic mess, even jumping back and forth to multiple different websites, literally, for each of the different things. We have ArcoLinux.com. We have ArcoLinuxD.com. We probably have ArcoSomethingElse.com that I have not even found yet because their website is a giant mess. But it does have a little bit of method to the madness. The method is that ArcoLinux does not have a goal to just get you an Arch system up and running like ArchLabs. Their goal is to teach you how to install Arch. So with that being said, there's different phases. So if you head on over to the Start Here button and you look at all the various things. We have choosing your products, projects, pre-installations, installations, post-installations. There are a lot of videos on here, but I did find that a few of the instructions, you literally have to watch the video to find some of the things. And when I did the video the other day talking about this particular issue, and people are like, well, you got to watch this video. And I watched the video. I'm like, 15 minutes into the video is the installation instruction I need to do to get the system running. That might be somewhere on the site. I haven't found it in the chaotic mess. I'm not going to dig through the whole thing looking for that one needle in the haystack. So I would wish that that'd be a little bit more easy to find, or maybe I'm just completely missing it. But regardless, we start with choose your project. Now the phase one is just, hey, here's an Arch distro that, like ArchLabs, is going to get you up and running, but it doesn't give you the options. You'll be up and running with XFCE for a traditional desktop environment. You also have OpenBox and i3. That's your phase one, getting a little bit used to Arch. Phase two is you're going to use ArcoLinux D, and then you can start with these 3 desktops and then teach you how to install a variety of other desktop environments, getting into phase 3. And then phase 4 starts building your own ISO. So you grab the ArcoLinux B install, and then you work with setting up the installation you want. And then by phase 5, if you're walking through all this, then you should actually have a very good fundamental understanding of how Arch works. So ArcoLinux absolutely wins if you're trying to learn the process. If you want to be up and running with a computer, you probably want to go with ArchLabs. And so let's go ahead and go to your download button over here. And your download button here, notice that we have 3 ArcoLinuxes. We have the ArcoLinux, which is your basic Arco install with 3 desktops. ArcoLinux D is an installer that's going to let you install Arch with the settings you want. And then we have ArcoLinux B, allows you to build an Arch. So ArcoLinux D is for the desktop edition, and ArcoLinux B is for build your desktop. And so we're actually going to be working with ArcoLinux D because this is closest to what ArchLabs is. So it is basically an installer. And so what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and start with ArchLabs. And it's been about a year since we've done this, and I have not looked at it today. So hopefully it's going to work for us. So let's go ahead and boot up a virtual machine, and then we are going to jump on over there and see if we can figure out how to get this guy running. All right, so I couldn't see exactly what all was in that screen, so hopefully the first boot option is good and ready to go. And if I remember correctly, it boots with a screen that basically gives us, hey, type this to start. And so we'll see what happens when this guy finishes booting up. All right, so here we are. We land on the screen, and we have a few options. Standard install, ArchLabs-installer. Run a live session, ArchLabs-installer/ is a L session, and then change the installation name, so you can do that. So basically, they actually have added some things to this. It looks like they do have a live session now. That's something they have not had in the past. So let's go ahead and start with the ArchLabs installer. All right. ArchLabs installer. All right. Now we are going to be going through a terminal-based installation. So here, I'll help you install ArchLabs, get set up on your system. If you're unsure about a section, the default option will be listed, with the first selected will be the default. So I don't really need a whole lot of help about navigating this, page ups, page downs, shifts, tabs, etc., blah, blah, blah. So sure, let's go. All right, keyboard layout, US English, beautiful choice. We are verifying everything, so we are on, let's see, installer main menu. Once it is complete, you'll return here. On successful completion, the cursor will advance to the next steps. On failure, the cursor will be placed on the step required to advance. So we do have a device tree. That's what we have. Okay, let's go with our partitioning. So we're going to do this. So we have the whole device automatic partitioning. We can do of various different parted options. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the easier option, the whole device automatic partitioning. All information will be destroyed. Sure, this is a throwaway disk. Why not just go ahead and destroy it? Creating the boot partitions, creating ext4 root partitions. Now we have the auto partitions set up. We have a boot and we have one for everything else. We do not want to do Lux encryption, so we're going to go ahead and skip that part. We could, and if I were doing this on a laptop or a production system, I probably would go ahead and do that. Logical volume management should be good. Mount partitions. I think we will probably have to mount a partition. So let's go ahead and mount a boot partition is probably what we're going to do. Okay, swap file. Just select whether you want to use a swap file, swap partition, or none. So I generally don't worry about that. Let's go ahead, though. I'm going to do a swap file just because I think that's going to give us the best option here. So swap setup. So it's going to automatically go with about what my system RAM is. I'm trying to remember how much space is on this particular disk. I do not remember. I think this one's 20, so we're good with this. So there we are. We can select a bootloader. So we're going to go with the grub. We have a variety of other bootloaders. I want to go with the basic grub. Username and password. Let's go with ArchLabs. My super secret password. That's definitely not 123. And I'm going to leave these ones empty. Hit my tab to get down to OK. System configuration, very standard, programmable command line interpreter. We have bash. I'm most familiar with bash. So enter a host name. ArchLabs is just fine. And locality. I don't know what the cat is doing over there, but he's making a lot of noise. Hopefully you do not see it. Okay, so let's go down for find US English. Does tell us up at the top what are the most common ones. So we want EN. Am I past EN? I am past EN. EN US. This is what I want for English United States. Select your country or continent. We're going to go America, and then we can go down to find our time zone, New York. And now, vanilla Linux kernel and modules with a few patch applies. We can do the Linux LTS, Linux Zen, Linux Hardened. Actually, these are two more options that were not in here last time I used this. I only had two options before. Now, I've had issues installing it with the rolling Linux, so I am going to select the LTS on both of these options. It's just going to increase my chance of a successful install. All right, select window manager or desktop. Ooh, we have options. What should we do? Oh man, I was supposed to ask people what options we wanted. We could do Plasma. We could do Fluxbox. I'm running Cinnamon on mine. Oh man, we don't have a whole ton of options. Like our traditional ones, we have Cinnamon, GNOME, Plasma. We don't have Mate. We don't have. There's a few other ones we don't have. XFCE. You know, it's been a while since I've done GNOME. Let's go with GNOME. I don't really care for GNOME, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and do GNOME. All right. Which kind of login management? Since we are using GNOME, I definitely want to go GDM. So I don't think it matters, but I don't remember for sure. But I know for sure GDM with GNOME is going to work just fine. Okay. So other people are actually telling me in the comments, do GNOME, do GNOME. All right, select additional packages. So this is where we can go in and select. We're just going to look at these for the purpose of time. I don't want to install anything extra. So you can see here I can install a variety of things. So Chromium, Clementine, I can do Evolution, Firefox, Geary, GIMP. We're not going to select anything here simply for the purpose of time. Anything I do is going to take extra time. Very simple matter. Find what you want, hit your space bar, select it. Hit your space bar again, deselect it. Here's some Steam, things like that. We're good with that. Run a command on the installed system. We are good without running any extra commands. View configurations. Okay, and confirm choices and start the installation. So hopefully if I did everything, it should actually go through and install the entire system. It should automatically install without stopping for anything. So you'll see there how to proceed with installation. Yes, no, I did not have to hit anything. It should automatically answer yes to everything in the installer. So now it's just going online, grabbing all the packages. It looks like it's downloading 700 megabytes. It's going to be installing just under 3 gigabytes. And so the net upgrade size is 1.3 gig. Did I say just under 3 megabytes? That was the gigabytes. My apologies. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let this thing do its thing, and then we will jump back on when it's done doing its thing and see what the next steps happen to be. All right, now we'll hang out while that guy does its thing here. All right, how's it going there, DT? Oh, Beast Bomb. Oh, man, I don't know how to use that one. I'm not going to use that. Oh, that'll take effort. See, my professor in college and undergrad was very clear. Chemists are inherently lazy. Since I am a chemist, I'm inherently lazy. Come on. System D rules them all. All right. Never heard about BoardOS. What's the website? BoardOS is Pizza's arch. I'm not sure if he has a site there, but talk to Pizza Lover Nerd about it. I like Anarchy, a little interesting installer. I like Anarchy. I mean, just crazy people running through the streets throwing Molotov cocktails. That's always fun. All right, keeps life interesting. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. Dennis, greetings. By the way, I watch Arch videos. There you go. Waiting for light DM problem. Yeah, we're going GDM today. Hopefully it'll work. Ooh, Arch, not for me. I'm more of a user-friendly distro. Yeah, you know. Yep. A live stream. Well, greetings. I will call you Smoo. DT, I don't know when you jumped on, but you're not super late. I started about 20 minutes ago, and I think I started the actual content about 7 or 8 minutes in. So I'm not sure when you got here, but anyway. All right. And DT will point out all the things I do wrong because he does this on a regular basis in his sleep, and I don't. So, you know. Don't set himself on fire yet, but playing with 2 of the best distros ever, fire will not be needed this evening. No, fire is reserved for Friday nights. Come on. That is why I'm such a calm person the rest of the time. I get it all out on Friday nights. Raving Lunatic, once a year. It's kind of like, anybody ever read The Silver Chair, C.S. Lewis? That 1 10-minute period of time a week. The guy is just not in his right mind. He's got to be tied down to the chair. My Friday night news is my silver chair. All right, guys? Come on. By the way, just arrived. All right. By the way, you're late. All right. Bit late. That's fine. Okay. Very special relationship with GNOME. Is it a good relationship or a bad relationship? I'm not a fan of GNOME. I mean, I've taken the time to learn how to use it. I can use it very efficiently. I just don't like it, Left eye swelled a bit, can't read Tom's screen. That's okay. I can barely read the screen myself. So, anyway. Flip-flops, budgie, and smugglers. Yeah, there you go. Do Taylor mode install with the dependencies. Okay. Left Linux for a while because of GNOME. Didn't know about KDE then. I'm sorry. Didn't see your comment. I haven't set up a website yet. Basically using Discord as a website right now. All the pre-alphas can be downloaded through Discord. All right. Fire reserved for Friday nights and Extern OS. There you go. Never seen Tom on Fire Live. You got to watch the Friday night live show. Yola loves the Friday nights. Very good. I love the Friday nights too. They are so fun. We have a couple fun, amazing stories for our Sillyville this week. I mean, we got some real winners here. I don't know if I want to tip my hat. Should I tip my hat a little bit here? Oh boy, there's the GIF debate is showing up in an intriguing new way, and yeah, some Apple news, and oh boy, there is some Catholic news coming up in Sillyville. We're just gonna leave it all at that, people. We're gonna leave it all at that, and I might find a couple more by then. There's another day or so before I collect all my stuff. Thursday night is usually when I collect it. So if you want to jump on, leave some stuff. Let's see if there's some stuff going on Discord that's not the Ubuntu fight. Oh man, lots of stuff going on. 57 new messages since I looked at it last. All right. Let's see. On Discord for good questions. All right, have YouTube and Discord on 2 separate monitors. There you go. All right. Okay, can we just let it go? All right, let's see. What are we letting go? Letting go the Ubuntu debate? Yeah, let the Ubuntu debate go. We're talking Arch today, man. We're talking Arch today. All right. Running Arco, like it. All right. Yeah, I'm not the target audience for ArcoLinux, but I absolutely see its purpose, and I would say, yeah, I'd recommend it. Okay. Let's see. Doo-doo. All right. Fire is a sight to behold. That's right. Toss would write a novel about them jokes on the side. How's it going there, Silent Robot? How's it going there, indeed? Okay. Looks like the NSA just came for Dan Dunker. He was retracted. Love jetting GIFs for Christmas. All right, I have to download new release. It's cool. A bit off topic, but current 5.5 kernel didn't have support for my monitors. You know, a lot of people have been having problems with the latest kernel version. I don't know what's going on. All right, we are downloading. We're still downloading application. I'm not sure if we're downloading or installing at this point. I wasn't watching the screen, so you can kind of see our progress right on over here. Moving along, we're moving along, we're moving along. If you just jumped on, we have already walked through the setup of ArchLabs. We're seeing if we land on a viable desktop. And then we're just going to go with that. So we're waiting for this guy to finish its install, and then we'll be back. So if I just kind of stop here, I mean, I guess if I have to, I can boot up a, something else and sing a jig or something. Who knows? Of course, if I start singing a jig, man, people are going to leave. I don't know. Install Parabola from an existing install. I have not used Parabola. All right. Does it have different repos from standard Arch? I'm not sure that either of these do, but if somebody in the comments knows for sure, definitely let me know. All right, now we're checking packages. We have a couple warnings. Cannot get some information for Intel U code. But otherwise, we are in the process of upgrading. We are on getting up to about 120 of 560 packages. So we are moving on. So we were just downloading. Now we are actually installing. So if you want to have an epileptic seizure, you can stare at the screen now as it's just going this. All right. So it's zooming along. It's zooming along. Look at that. It's getting there. Ooh, we might just leave it right here. Let's see if there's a final step after this is done, because it's moving along very quickly. Yes, these have AUR support. At least ArchLabs does. I'm pretty sure that ArcoLinux does as well. All right. upgrading. 10 packages to go. Oh, there we are. Post-translation hooks. There we are. Yeah. All right. Come back to chat for a few. Let's see. Kitty Cam. Isn't Kitty hungry? Oh, I'm sure he's hungry. Where's he at? Oh, he's over there. He's like staring at me just the other side of the desk. He hasn't been favoring his first mate spunk lately. He's been sitting over here. Oh, now he's coming by. He's like, I heard Kitty. Just Google chunky GIF, not good. Make sure I have safe mode. I do not. Yeah, that would be a bad thing to search for, man. Be a bad thing to search for. And make sure you disable that DOH in Firefox, or your local filters will not help. Argo has some additional repos, but just small install scripts. All right. What about ArchLabs? Anybody know on that one? Discord's way of being able to edit your messages anytime. Yep. Okay, now we are downloading an extra 300 megabytes and installing an extra 1.3 meg or 1.3 gig. All right, let's see. Having kernel issues with sound from my monitor. Kitty's still scared for me put in the bag. That's right. Were you put in the bag? Come here. Where you put in the bag? Oh. Yeah. I weighed the cat today. He's like up to 12 pounds. I think he might need to legit go on a diet now. He's getting big. Right, kitty? I'm not fat. I'm big boned. Archfa, I didn't see that one. Anyone Free Software Foundation user? Isn't, let's see. No, I was going to say, is Knoppix free software? I don't think it is, though. Father loves DNS because now he can watch his ladies and how he understands DNS. Oh, no, he found his way around the host file. He can watch his ladies. All right. That's fine. Archlabs has some problems with LightDM. Yeah, I'm on like whatever Deepen's login manager is right now because I installed Deepen. I kind of want to uninstall it. It's installing a bunch of GNOME stuff with GNOME. That's why, yeah, because GNOME comes with a bunch of crap. So right now I'm getting a bloated system because of all the crap coming with GNOME. GNOME Books, there's a real crappy program. Tested all the different ebook readers. I find that one of the worst. Most of the other stuff's pretty good. Looks like I'm getting cups installed. So it looks like Archlabs is probably giving us a little bit, probably a little bit more complete system without having to select the various options, but I don't know. Oh God, I can read my mind. It's installing telepathy. No. Only 12 pounds. That's right. 12.3. Yep. Partition is done through the terminal, and the verify password functions is unimplemented. Otherwise, it works fine. Boot problems on Manjaro installer if they don't add boot flag. Can't remember. Kitty's getting big like Garfield. That's right. Now I just need to get him some lasagna. He does like corn chips. The kitty loves corn chips. So if you jumped on here, we are waiting for Archlabs to finish installing. So we walk through the installer. This is going to be probably a long live stream of nonsenseness, but I was kind of waiting for this guy to finish. It's installing all of the bloat that comes with GNOME. I don't know how you can have such a desktop environment that has absolutely no functionality and so much bloat all unpacked into one amazing package. It's just like, what? It's as bloated as the cat. Oh boy. GNOME is more bloated than the kitty. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to have to zoom out the kitty cam soon. Saying the kitty's now bloat. Yes, kitty is bloat. Trying to take my dad to understand privacy, but he says, privacy? I have no privacy since I married your mother like 50 years ago. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that for sure. All right, Nautilus. Boy, maybe I should have gone with a desktop that's not so bloated. All right. This is taking longer than I remember it taking in the past. Hey Alexa, play elevator music. Hey Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. Because you don't like GNOME, Tom, doesn't mean that it isn't good. Hey, all I said is it's nasty bloated. Come on, it's been installing GNOME for 5 minutes. And the thing doesn't do anything. To add any functionality to it, I have to install extensions. Time to run bleach bit on the kitty. Uh-oh, kitty, you're going to get bleach bitted. Okay, next time use XFCE. Yeah, I should. Unfortunately, since I want to make them both identical, I'm going to go through this with the other one too. But who knows? Maybe the other one won't install all the bloat. Record, it's your fault. All right. Always takes longer if you're watching it. This is true. Whoa, I think it's done. It's done downloading. Now it's installing. Yeah, I had to fight with getting Pi-hole installed. Now I just need to attach it to the router. That means I have to pull down my router system and reattach the old router system and then get Pi-hole to work. Probably be looking forward to that video maybe Monday or so. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it out over the weekend. I don't know what I'll do with it. It'll be soon. Very soon. The bloat meme is bloated. All right. Person responsible for showing the world the Konami code. Yeah. We lost the guy that gave us the famous up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA start. Oh boy. Hey, we're installing Grub. That means we should be about done. All right. Clean the whole house and Arch will still do it. No, actually Arch generally isn't super long to install. Sleepy, did you go ahead and type in BTW today? Anybody using Arch? BTW, PTW. All right, it's updating Grub. Woohoo! We got back to our spot. All right. All right, so we got down to the very final part there, and I don't know, it took like about, 10, 20 minutes. I didn't keep track. So we have our finished. We can exit the installer. We can go and view a lot of the other items. We're going to go ahead, exit the installer, and reboot. Of course, to do that, I actually have to come over here and push the button on the screen, not with my mouse somewhere else. Although I think, hold on, I need to power off. I need to kick the ISO out because the thing about Arch systems, they never kick the ISO out for you. So there we go. Kick the ISO out. Then we'll go ahead and reboot. All right, so it looks like Grub booted up. It gave us the options to get everything set up. Let's see if we actually land on a desktop with ArchLabs. So far looking okay. We actually have a mouse pointer over here and a blank line. So let's see if we accomplish our goal. And if we do, then we jump on over. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Super secret passwords. Definitely not 1, 2, 3. We have GNOME Classic, GNOME on Xword. Let's go with GNOME on X because that generally runs better in a VirtualBox. All right, it looks like we have landed on a ArchLabs desktop. Look at this snazziness. We have web, we have files, we have the software store, basic information here, just basic applications. Pretty much nothing but GNOME with its basic applications. Let's go ahead and have a look at our settings inside of here. See if this guy, no application data found. I think I might actually have to set up a repository to get this to work. Shell, let's see. So yeah, I'd actually have to go in here and set up some repositories in here to get this to work. So we're not going to fault that because that's kind of something you do. However, I will point out that a new user may not know how to do that. Although if you're using this, you probably aren't the newest user. Well, anyway, there's ArchLabs. So install was pretty easy, all terminal based. You need to know and be comfortable with using the keyboard commands throughout the process of your terminal installer. So with that being said, though, we did land on our desktop. We seem to have stuff seems to be working and functioning, and despite my GNOME software not showing up with any software, I should be able to boot up a terminal without a problem and do anything here through Pac-Man if I want to. So do we have a terminal? There we go. I was going to say, I hope we have a terminal, folks. Let's do sudo pacman SYU to update, I believe. Super secret password. It's definitely not 1, 2, 3. Nothing to do. All right, I have a kitty on my desk that's kind of interfering. All right, so there we are. We have an ArchLabs system. So now let's go ahead and give ArcoLinux a try. So we'll go ahead and boot back over on ArcoLinux. Okay, so here we are on ArcoLinux. We have a variety of options to choose from. We'll go ahead and pick the default option, get booted up here, and see what we end up with on ArcoLinux. Dead silence for audio editing purposes later. Give it a second. Okay, so on ArcoLinux, we actually boot up onto a actual living, breathing desktop environment for our installation. We have the option here to run gparter or run Calamaris. This one here, Calamaris sometimes fails if we have a disk already set up that doesn't have anything necessarily to do with your installer here. So just of an abundance of caution, I'm just going to go ahead and delete all the partitions and create a new ext format. That's something that because we're using the Calamaris installer here, I have found sometimes the installer will fail if I don't do that. So that's not a criticism of ArcoLinux, that's the installer itself. But you do have here a more point-and-click installer, and so a point-and-click installer is generally a little bit more user-friendly. So let's go ahead and walk through this guy here. Now we have the option to choose a variety of different things here. So again, we have a lot of settings here. So we are, once again, we're basically going to build an identical system. Linux LTS kernel without any NVIDIA. If you are running NVIDIA, we have options here, which one you want to use. We have Intel and AMD U code. We have Bluetooth support, laptop support. So one of the things that I see here out of the box is we have a little bit more options for enabling or disabling certain things. If I don't want to install sound, hey, I can leave sound completely off. No big deal. All right, we are going to use the same login manager, GDM, and the same desktop, unfortunately, even though the last one took a while, just because I want to give them, I basically want to go through everything as thoroughly as possible. And so we're going to show that we have other options for software packages here as well. I'm going to choose not to install anything else. It might give us a bunch of other things that are going to come with a GNOME. So you can see here, GNOME, GNOME Extra, ArcoLinux GNOME Get, ArcoLinux config GNOME Get, basic stuff. And then everything else I'm going to leave as is to hopefully have a very similar setup. So you can see that this one out of the box is a lot more user-friendly for a new user, just because it's going to be more comfortable to point and click versus use your terminal. So let's go with ArcoLinux. Enter our super secret password. That's definitely not 123. We're going to leave these blank just like the same, so use the same password for the administrator account. Now we're going to go through the basic summary, and we're starting the installation process. So this one here, in my experience, actually should install quite a bit quicker. It's already past the part where it would be partitioning, so if Calamaris was going to fail on the gparted step, it would have already done so. So now we're going to go ahead and pause the video and come back when this is done with its installation, and then we'll see what we have from there. All right, let's jump on over here, see what we got, see what we got. Switch from Arco to MX. All right. Took between 15 and 20 minutes. Thanks. Somebody time this one. If loving Arch is wrong, I don't want to be right. There you go. Oh, it's growing on me, man. It's growing on me. I still want to stick with the Mint for my main production stuff. But, you know, the fact I've been running Arch for over a year with very minor issues and all easy to fix. The only issue I'm having right now is it takes this computer like 5 minutes to boot up. It drives me crazy. That's possibly because I have Deepin, GNOME, and Cinnamon all installed. I think if I take Deepin off of there, it'll probably speed it up quite a bit, but I don't know. I'm not sure I want to risk breaking it either. Oh, install package get. Okay, that's fine. I mean, yeah, we could do that. I need to update the mirrors first. All right. Kernel version. I didn't check the kernel version. Since we're just doing a view here to see which is the easiest setup to use, I'm not as concerned about that part. Kitty at my feet and you want to touch it. That's right. That's right. How you doing, Kitty? Yeah, I mean, we got Cat right here, man. We've got a Desk Panther. Houston, we got a Desk Panther. Fair mode video, recent before you made the video, GW. Let's see, somehow didn't make it into the snapshot. All right. Well, he says, what is this, 1990s? Just give me Linux Mint. While other people stare at a black screen. Oh, come on. It's fun staring at black screens sometimes. Yeah, I was working on getting Raspberry to work yesterday, and it took me quite a while. I went ahead and splurged $5 to buy a Walmart on SD card, and I was thinking it may be broken, but there was something wrong with imaging Jessie Light onto it, so I ended up installing it through Noobs instead. But I had to sit there with a terminal while my work computer was all tied up, so I didn't get as much work done yesterday. But then I had it looked like Frankenstein's beast on a Raspberry Pi Zero with all these cables sticking out of it. It was quite epic. I should have taken a picture, but. I've been running Arco for some months. I threw my daily driver. Ooh, we're zooming along. We're at 68% already. Arch is like Legos, which might be a good thing. But me, like to have the pieces as set up for you as you need to be. Oh, yep, and there you go. There you go. Yep. Three-character passwords include one uppercase, one lowercase, and one number. Hey, man, it's definitely not 1, 2, 3. Come on. With Farron OS, thanks to your vids. Awesome, very cool. And I think the Farron OS dev's on here, so if you have any questions about Farron, he catches the streams frequently, so leaves questions if you have any. Deepin, GNOME, and Cinnamon, you're really like bloodies. It was originally Deepin, just give it a try, and I got sick of Deepin, and so I was like, well, let's throw GNOME on there, but I got sick of GNOME, so I was like, let's throw Cinnamon on there, and I've been running Cinnamon for a year. Okay, and any thoughts on ArchFi, AUI, and Zen Arch install scripts? I have not used any of them, so I can't give you an opinion on them. This video this morning, and oh man, what a mess. Yeah, and a lot of people are still misunderstanding the problem with DOH implemented in Firefox. DOH implemented on a network level is not that bad of a thing as long as you can control where it's going to. But when you put it on a web browser, it instantly makes the entire web browser a problem. What are you doing, Kitty? He's like, yeah, I'm enjoying life right now. Right, Kitty? You enjoying life? Kitty's secretly an NSA smart speaker. No, the kitty's an alien. Come on. Arco installer is super fast. Uses a new kind of compression for the ISO and notably faster to install now. Yeah, it's up to 72% right now. When Tom started to boot up, what have I missed? I just ran through all of the install. Days sometimes, that much more way I get much more work done. I actually work. I don't start working until 2 usually. Up until 2, leave me alone. It's my time. But then I work until I go to sleep at by 2 or 3 in the morning. How will Arch would run on a Pentium 4 machine? Depends. On a command line, probably pretty well. Oh, you enjoying the scratching, Katie? Are ya? Are ya? Are ya? Like the thumbnail on the Firefox video. Yeah, well, that was a good thumbnail. I did like that one. Getting proprietary Realtek driver to work. Ooh, yeah. I've never been able to figure that out, so hopefully he can. I do have a Broadcom wireless card that I can swap out. Actually, I used it. It came from an old laptop I had, and my Dell, that Dell I have. The good thing about Dell is they're easy to fix because I actually had the wireless card broke in it after a very short period of time. Kind of a bummer, but I swapped it out with a Broadcom card. Had to install the proprietary Broadcom drivers to get wireless to work. Yeah, so I have one laying around. If I have a wireless card that goes bad, I have one, but you know. Hey, kitty, don't leave my camera alone. The kitty's over here. He's trying to kick the camera off the desk. He's like, no, I'm going to kick that thing off. Leave my camera alone. Still at 72%. It's installing packages is where it's going right now. So, all right. Now we'll just sit here and twiddle our thumbs for a few minutes while we wait for the installer to come back, right? All right, everybody. Thumb twirling, thumb twirling, thumb twirling, thumb twirling exercise. Oh, still at 72. Opinion on Manjaro KDE versus ArcoLinux KDE. I've run Manjaro KDE, which I like. I've not run ArcoLinux KDE. My guess is they'd be pretty similar. Yeah, when you decide to run Linux, you're a little bit more conscientious about the hardware that you get. Like I realize if it's a computer you already had. Honestly, though, I mean, if it's like, depending on the computer, it might actually be easier to go online, buy a new card that's like Intel instead, and drop it in, and it'll work out of the box with the Linux drivers. Those wireless cards for laptops are like $15. That's what I would probably do rather than fight with a Realtek driver. They're fairly consistent. Now, my wireless card and Bluetooth are integrated together. My old Broadcom did not have Bluetooth on it, so during that period of a week or so while I waited for the wireless card to get here, I didn't have Bluetooth, but I rarely use Bluetooth anyway. So, CJ is not accepting my request. Any wishing, granting websites that 100% works? No. Yeah, he said no request for you, man. It's that social media. He said he saw what you did on that social media site. So, all right. Well, if you just jumped on, we're just waiting for the installer to finish. We're at 72%. We're installing packages. Of course, it's been at 72% for 5 minutes. So, you know, issues with the ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux B. Light DM, not sure why. So when you boot into the terminal, you need to do sudo system control enable light DM. In theory, that should work. Although some people are saying that's not working anymore. So we're going to try it tonight. We're going to see what happens. Of course, we installed GDM, so we have to do enable GDM. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump back over, see what we're looking like. Where's my desktop view? No, I don't want the one with the camera. Leave my ugly face out of this, right? Ooh, look at that. We're at 78%. We're moving along, people. We're moving along. 84. Go, go, go. Everybody, tell the installer. I'll use Arch, by the way, to finish. Linux all run the same kernel, so your hardware should work regardless if you run Ubuntu or Arch. Yep. Arch distro watch page today. I have not. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back on. All right, so now we're all done. That one took a little bit less time. So I'd probably say maybe that was about 10 minutes maybe. So I'm going to tick off the restart now just because we're on a virtual machine and it will not allow us to kick out that ISO image. So we're just going to shut down, kick out the ISO image like we did the last time, and go ahead and reboot. So let's see what happens. My prediction is we're going to land on a login prompt because that is what ArcoLinux D does, which despite having the more user-friendly installer, the very next steps, and this is the part that wasn't particularly clear, and I wasn't able to find this. So now we just need to get logged in. So we'll go ahead and enter my super secret password. That's definitely not 123. We get over here, and now what we need to do is sudo, is it systemctl, I believe, enable GDM. I believe that's what we need to do. Enter my super secret password. That's definitely not that. Now we need to see where it says created. System link, and so that enabled my GDM services. So let's go ahead and do a system reboot. If I can type, it's very hard to type when I'm typing over a cat. The cat is in my way. It's like, dude, stop typing on me. All right, so now it should boot into that. So that's the step that I really wish that the thing would detect which window manager or which login manager you're using, and I wish they would automatically go to that, but it doesn't. So that's the one step that you do need to do when you are running ArcoLinux, and hopefully this is getting us an installation. So look at this. It's not full screen like the other one is. Here we have GNOME. We have GNOME on X, so that's what we're going to do. Enter my super secret password. It's definitely not 123, and we should land on a desktop. This one looks as though it's not booting full screen like the other one did. Let's go ahead and see if the full screen, though, is an option out of the box on this one. All right, looks like it will be an option out of the box. I'll go ahead and apply that. Keep the changes, and there we are. So let's see what we have here. It does look like we have essentially the same software, pretty much just vanilla GNOME with all of the garbage put inside of it. Ooh, look at this. This is already set up to use and install, though. So it does look like ArcoLinux probably gets us a little bit better experience out of the box because we have a functional, functional software store out of the box without doing any extra steps. We do have Evolution installed, which I didn't tell it to, but I guess that brought Evolution with GNOME. That's okay with me. That's one of the things I would install anyway. And I'm not really seeing any other major issues. There is a ArcoLinux welcome screen, although it did not boot when we first booted the thing up. But you can come over here, choose your projects. We can show it on startup. Not sure why it didn't show it to me on startup, but it is an option that is there. So there is ArcoLinux. Overall, out of the box, they have... ArcoLinux has its advantages. ArchLabs has its advantages. ArchLabs lands us directly there, but we have a little bit harder installer because it's going to be a terminal-based installer, and the Software Center is not populated. It doesn't have the scripts needed to run the Software Center out of the box. ArcoLinux, this gives us the full-fledged system as long as we know to log in the first time, enable GDM, and then it will enable you to boot. It looks like overall, ArcoLinux might be slightly better, particularly because its goal is to teach you how to do Arch through a stepwise method. I do wish the site was a little bit more organized, a little bit less busy, but that's kind of my thoughts. Is one of these absolutely better or worse than the other? I don't think so. It really just kind of boils down to what your purpose and what your needs happen to be. So both these we were able to get working live without consulting documentation, so that's good. Of course, I did have to look up how to fix that GDM issue. So overall, there's my take on ArcoLinux versus ArchLabs. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these Arch installers you happen to like the most, And we'll see you next time for another edition of DistroWars. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. Like the video, leave me some comments, and we will catch you next time. All right. So let's go ahead and shut that guy down. And move my comments back over to where I'd like them to be. And let's get going here. Uh-oh, we need a Desk Panther, don't we? Not that one. That one. There we are. We need a Desk Panther on the screen. All right, let's see. Learn to play the recorder for musical interludes. Oh boy. I can sing. I'll sing you a song. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Never mind, we're not going to do that. All right. Arco does remove the ISO image when you restart. Does it? Okay. Also select boot into existing OS after the install. Yeah, some of them allow you to do that, some of them don't. And so that's why I like shutting down and kicking out the ISO. Talk about your super secret password. I wonder if it really is 123. Hey, it's not 123. Come on. Trying to crack my code. You can't crack my code. Use one distro, use them all except Arch. It's the best. And watch CTT? Of course. Of course we watch CTT. I'll have to email Chris, see if we want to do a joint show again. That was fun. Evolution is hard dependency, I think, with GNOME. Yeah, I just think Evolution is the best email client for Linux as far as the ability to do what I need to do from a business enterprise standpoint. Linux YouTubers like Chris, SwitchedTolinux, DistroTube should get the verification badge. Eventually. Arch ranking troll is going well. I'm good for it, like 10 hits a day. There you go. All right. Hardware stock Mate runs lighter than Ubuntu's version. Yeah. ArcoLinux D installs i3 OpenBox and XFCE. No login issues. Bye, Jeffrey. Please tell CJ I don't use any social media. He said you did in the past. He has a record of all humanity, man. He's like, no. I don't know what you did, man. I tried to ask him. He's like, no, I'm not telling anybody. Spilled some kitty on my desk. Yes, I did. I spilled some kitty on the desk. Right, Desk Panther. Installed Vanilla Arch and GNOME and Evolution wasn't installed. Interesting. Daughter's starting recorder this year in school. Uh-oh. Teacher hot cross buns, right? Mary had a little lamb. To a singer, where does he find the time? Hey, you know. Arch install race. Oh, he'll win. Come on. Very torn between Manjaro, Salient, Arco, and Endeavor. Too many options. What's wrong with Linux? I know. Just pick one, you know. If it goes crazy, go to the other one. All right, let's see. Going on over here. Lose your Kirby the human race. Don't care. Absolutely true. All right, nothing else going on over there on the Discord part. All right, hey, kitty. You want to get fed now? We'll go ahead and feed the kitty. We'll feed the beast. Feed the beast. Feed the beast. Feed the beast. Oh boy, kitty. Oh, don't moon people. Come on. There you go. Right there. There you go. Oh, he got one. You got one. Without sticking your paw in there. You're supposed to stick your paw in there, buddy. Are they finger licking good? They are. They're finger licking good. Look at that. They're finger licking good. No, the dual kitty cam is when we have 2 cats in here. Actually, that's just called a double catter. No double catter today. I think TJ's up on the spaceship right now. They're doing something. We're still over there doing research on Beetlejuice. Not sure why it's declining in its brightness there, but he wants the whole bag. Yeah, he does. Their diet or low carb version of those treats. I don't know, man. I don't know. 15 different distros since January 2020. Nice. All right. Well, I think we will go ahead and wrap this show up for the night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And there's, best Arch installer. What do we think? Of course, there's other Arch installers I could try as well, but those two works. All right, guys. We'll catch you all later. Thanks for hanging out, and see you tomorrow with a supporter stream. I'm not completely sure what we're talking about yet. I've been throwing together a few ideas, but we'll see if we find something that's good and fun. If you're one of the supporters and you have an idea, let me know. We'll see what we can do. I haven't decided yet. All right. We'll see you guys later.